Every single day, literally millions of people and, billions of dollars in goods are moving all across the United States. It's this incredible dance, and it's all made possible by one of the most complex transportation systems ever built, a massive network of roads, rails, and skies.
So how does it all actually fit together? I mean, what's the underlying structure? What's the technology that keeps everything moving, day in and day out? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into in this explainer.
Okay, so to really get it, we need to understand that a transportation system isn't just about cars and trains. It's really a dynamic mix of three core things: the physical infrastructure, the roads and rails, the vehicles themselves, and crucially, the control systems that manage the whole show.
You can think of this massive system as being built on 5 distinct pillars of mobility. Each one has its own unique, really important role. So let's break them down and see how each one keeps America moving. All right, first up, the undisputed giant of American transport, our road system. I mean, for most of us, this is transportation, right? It's our daily commute, sure, but it's also that critical network of long-haul trucks that keeps our stores stocked. And the heart of it all, that iconic interstate highway system, basically stitching the whole country together.
So, what keeps this whole thing from just descending into total chaos? Well, it's a layer of technology that we pretty much take for granted. We're talking about sophisticated traffic control systems managing intersections, the GPS that's in all of our phones, and even new stuff like vehicle-to-vehicle communication systems. They all work behind the scenes to keep traffic flowing as safely as possible.
Now, our second pillar is rail. And while we don't really rely on it for passenger travel like a lot of other countries do, the U.S. rail network is an absolute powerhouse for moving stuff, for freight. It's incredibly energy efficient, and it's capable of moving these immense amounts of heavy goods like coal and grain over huge distances way more cheaply than trucks ever could.
The key here, really, is control. I mean, how do you safely manage thousands of trains on a shared network? The answer is centralized signaling and these advanced control networks. Honestly, you can think of it like air traffic control, but for the ground. It's tracking and routing every single train to prevent collisions and keep everything on schedule.
Pillar number 3. Well, this one takes us up into the skies. When it comes to pure speed and just crossing vast distances, absolutely nothing beats air travel. Its huge network of airports connects cities not just across the country, but across the entire globe, making modern business and tourism even possible.
And keeping those skies safe? It is a technological marvel. It's this constant, intricate dance between ground-based radar, non-stop communication between pilots and air traffic controllers, and super precise global navigation systems that guide those planes right along the routes.
Okay, our fourth pillar is maritime, and it's kind of the silent workhorse of global trade. The vast majority of goods coming into the country arrive on these massive container ships at our coastal ports. But it's not just that. We also have this huge network of inland waterways, rivers that act like these vital arteries, moving commodities like grain and coal right through the heart of the country.
And just like in the air, safety at sea relies on advanced navigation and communication. But here, the challenge is just immense: scale and inertia. These systems are absolutely crucial for guiding these enormous, slow-to-turn container ships through crowded shipping lanes and getting them docked precisely in port.
And finally, our fifth pillar, which you can think of as the circulatory system of our cities: public transit. In our really dense urban areas, systems like buses, subways, and light rail are totally critical for moving millions of people efficiently and, let's be honest, reducing that soul-crushing traffic.
And yeah, each of these systems plays a different role in keeping a city alive and moving, from the flexible bus network that can go almost anywhere to the high-capacity subway that can move tons of people at once.
So we've got these 5 huge, distinct pillars. But, and this is important, they don't operate in a vacuum. The real magic is how they all connect. And that brings us to the system's digital brain, the technology that pulls it all together and coordinates everything. The whole process is actually a pretty simple but really powerful loop. First, the system senses what's going on, using things like GPS and sensors in the road. Then, it communicates that data over wireless networks. And finally, it uses that information to control the system through things like automated traffic signals or rail switches.
And this gets us to a really crucial insight. Modern transportation is actually less about steel and concrete and much more about information.
It runs on this backbone of GPS, constant wireless communication, and real-time data processing that allows the entire network to make smart, automated decisions on the fly.
Of course, a system this big isn't perfect. It's got its problems. So let's take a look at the major challenges it's facing and some of the really smart solutions being developed to tackle them.
Now, the big three challenges probably won't come as a surprise to any of you. First, just crippling traffic congestion that costs us billions in lost time and productivity. Second, our aging infrastructure, roads and bridges that are in constant need of very expensive maintenance. And third, of course, the huge environmental impact of our reliance on fossil fuels.
But this is where it gets really exciting. Engineers are developing some amazing smart solutions to tackle these very issues. Think about intelligent traffic systems that adapt to traffic flow in real time to ease backups, or connected vehicles that can actually talk to each other to prevent accidents before they even happen. I mean, these kinds of innovations promise a way safer and way more efficient future.
So, after looking at all these pieces, the pillars, the tech, the challenges, what's the single most important idea you should take away from all of this?
Here it is. This is the core idea. Transportation isn't just a collection of vehicles. It's an integrated system, a system of infrastructure, communication, and control. If you take away any one of those pieces, the whole network just starts to fall apart.
And that really brings us to our final thought. As technologies like AI and next-generation wireless networks get more and more powerful, the potential for change is just enormous. So the real question is, what's the next great leap for this system? What will getting from point A to point B even look like in 10, 20, or maybe 50 years? The road ahead is definitely going to be fascinating.